Ayo, we noticed that only about 11% of you are actually subscribed to the channel, so go ahead and do me a favor right now and hit that subscription button. Also, it's important to note, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, we will be doing a massive giveaway here on our YouTube channel, so you'll definitely want to make sure you have notifications on for that. Don't delay, hit that subscription today. You heard?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Arturo here on the Beast Coast FTC channel. Surprise, guys. You know, I know this is like a little bit random, but yeah, we're talking like a little bit like about Street Fighter 5 today. We're talking about some of the latest CPT results. You know, I know Central America just happened, as well as Tokyo happened the other week. Some Intel World Open news. What happened last week was the Central America Pro Tour results, and you know this year's CPT is like a little bit different from last year. You know, they're paying out top 4, which I think is pretty cool. And like, you know, obviously it's online, so they have to like can't have offline tournaments in any region. But anyway, the results are Gamma won it with M Bison over Kusanagi, which is pretty interesting because you know we see him in a lot of anime games. He got second with Sakura and Kage. Zero Mex got third with Balrog. Looking at the Japan results, Tokido actually won with Cammy. This was 2 weeks ago. No, I'm sorry. Mago won with Cammy. Tokido won with Yurian. Momochi won with Ryu and Seth, and he got third place. So like, I guess the common theme here is like we're seeing Cammy winning 2 of the biggest tournaments so far in CPT.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, like, I think something cool about the Japan results is there's a lot of old men in that top 8. That's kind of cool to see.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. You know, that's a good point. You know, looking at the Japan results, it seems like they have the opposite problem of the U.S. You know, whereas like, you know, over here, you know, guys like Idom and Punk, you know, doing their thing, and like they're relatively young. We're finding that in Japan, you know, the old guard is just like really kicking ass. They're like really like blowing up like a lot of the newcomers.
Yeah, no, I think that's really cool because like I remember Momochi actually talking about how he didn't like that old people were winning. And I guess maybe his fear was like it would discourage like newer players. But to me, I think that is awesome as an old man. Okay, I'm not that old, but like kind of old. I think it's really cool to see the old people like still placing really high, and it's like it gives you kind of like this feeling like that you can still keep doing it. I don't know. That whole top 8 was just really cool to me because it's just really just the oldest dudes and
oh yeah. I think we'll all agree with you on that. But actually the results are kind of mixed. It's you know, although the old guys won the tournament, you know, there's some people at top 8. Like I see Kawano, you know, I see John Takeuchi, and then you know the rest are all old people. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that? Okay, as a vet yourself.
I mean, the main thing is to me is not our old people winning so much as it's obviously a good thing, but I like the variation in results, I guess, among age. Something I was worried about for a long time, like earlier when I was playing, was like how long could I actually play? Because I guess at that time, you know, in like early BlazBlue, early Persona, mid SF4 days, you would read about other games, and people were like, "Yeah, this 22-year-old burned out of League," and I'm like Evo top 8, older than that already, like 23, 24, and I'm just like, so when am I dying? Like, like how long does this ride last? Type of energy.
Yo, we actually don't know. Yeah, I don't think we know when the cap is. I mean, I'm 38. I'm about to be 39 myself, and like my reflexes still feel pretty good. And like, you know, Sako, like he just turned like 41, I think. 42. Yeah, he just turned 42, and like, you know, he's one of the highest execution gods around. You know, granted, you know, SF5 is not as execution heavy as Vampire Savior, you know, per se, but you know, he's still playing a technical character in Minot.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the physical limitation is a lot higher than what people think.
See, like I think it's a question of we have to pay attention to the ST guys. When you know they can't do it anymore, then we'll know.
that's what that's the barrier. Cutoff is 55. You can't play past 55.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe. I guess we'll find out in the next 10 years.
Yeah, I feel like with age, so like the younger kids, right? Like you can play. Like if you have the game knowledge, right? Like the games change like pretty rapidly with the amount of patches and stuff. I think when it comes to game knowledge, like the Zoomers, the new kids, they'll keep up. Like they can learn everything and like just absorb all that information. I think where like the experience really comes into play is like the kind of the head-to-head, the tournament experience.
Oh yeah,
I think that's where the advantage really lies.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, at the same time, though, it's like the old guys have access to the tech too. I mean, depending on the game's training mode, in general, the training modes are stuff that we dreamed of having back in the day. Being able to see input data in real time on hit and block. All that stuff is amazing, and it's like old guys can do it too. It's just a question of that dedication to do it.
Yeah,
and to play as much and it's a question of do they play as much as some of the newer cats? Because even though SF5, they try to make it more casual friendly and stuff, it's still pretty hard, especially at the top level.
Very hard.
It's still pretty hard.
For sure.
Oh yeah, so I guess the theme that I was kind of leading at while we got distracted and talking about age. It's a pretty interesting conversation, by the way. The only common theme in these 2 results so far for 2021 is that Cammy won both events, and it's like right now the game is kind of balanced, but Cammy's like a threat. Cammy seems to be like a threat in all regions. Gamma won with Cammy and Bison. Mago won with only Cammy. I didn't watch the Latin America tournament, but I definitely watched the Japan one. Cammy's Mago's route wasn't easy. And then Punk won at NLBC with Cammy last week. Over in Europe, Hurricane at Salt Mine League, he's been going on a tear with Cammy as well. He's usually in the top echelon of placers. And then at my event that I did a European Fighters tournament where I collab with the EU region. The TO of my event actually won it and beat Hurricane. He won with Cammy.
Oh wow. With Cammy, damn. They can't make that character bad, man. They can't do it.
It's like even when they make her bad, it's like her tool set. It's pretty good across the spread. Like it's not a situation where like everybody should pick Cammy or anything. Like I don't think like she's OP. But like if it seems like people are having trouble finding matchups that she struggles in. I think I think like the only one I see Shine trying to do it with Cody, and that's mostly because obviously like her frame traps, like anybody can see like her frame traps and her dive kicks are a problem. Cody has like a V skill, like the final fight move where he does like get off me, the little spin kick, like that's pretty good against dive kicks actually. But I don't know, it's hard struggle to find a matchup that she actually struggles in. But I mean the other characters definitely be winning tournaments. I think season 5 is the most balanced so far. Just looking at the results through the top 32, there's good character representation across this and across the Central America region, but it just so happens that Cammy has won 2 of the majors, so she's kind of getting a lot of the hate.
Yeah, right? For sure.
Usually with stuff like this too, because you're like, there's only 2 CPT events so far, right?
There's only 2 CPT events.
Whether or not she's actually the best, what it really is going to happen is that she's just going to be public enemy number 1, and she's going to be on the chopping block first because of people complaining. Whether or not she runs the tournaments later on, right? It's still pretty early in the circuit, right?
It's still pretty early in the circuit, and it's like the game's still matchup heavy. It's like there's still, I mean, the S tier list in SF5 right now, there's at least depending on who you ask, there's 4 to 8 characters in S, and 10 characters in A. So that means there's a lot of strong characters. It's not like a clear-cut question of this is just dominant. There's a lot of characters to complain about in this version of the game.
That's good. I like seeing SF5 in its state now. It looks super balanced. To even see Ryu getting 3rd place here is
Ryu's
really
relevant.
cool. Yeah. Oh man, I hated it for so long that Ryu sucked. It was actually so. It was disrespectful to my man. He is the poster boy of SF5. That is the Street Fighter character, and it was so bad for so long.
Capcom's mad different from Arxis, dude. They're cool with the pro tag being bad. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's
actually one of the rarest times it's happened though. Ryu's generally not bad.
There was an SF4 version he was bad. I don't know. He's not been too hot all of SF4.
I mean, his weakest version was probably A 2012, but that's when Yun was OP. That's the version where Yun was OP.
True.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Ultra as well, where everyone just played Evil Ryu instead. But
that's true too. Yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, good balance.
It definitely is a good balance. I also wanted to ask your thoughts on so in the CPT Central America West one, Kusanagi got 2nd with Sakura and Kage, and from what I know, he's obviously a threat in multiple anime titles, and he's playing 2 characters that they don't necessarily, they kind of play SF5, but they don't play fundamental footsies base is what I'm trying to get at. So he's like in your face with like a lot of 50-50 mix-ups and stuff like that, and like guessing games and high damage output, but low stamina. So I guess my question is, it's like, does he play that way in the other anime games too? Those
He picks
character
his
archetypes?
waifu in
I
other
think I have
anime
the most
games.
EXP. I think I have the most EXP against him. I
Yeah.
will never forget. I will never forget. He was an online player. I mean, I was an online player too at the time. But I would play him, and I would be like, man, this dude just abuses this thing that no one can react to. He pulled up to Evo. He did the same thing. Everyone got hit anyway, except for me. But he's just aggressive. He's aggressive.
Yes,
he likes
yes,
to
yes.
mix.
He's
He
very
likes his
aggressive.
waifus. Super
Yes.
solid player. Mad respect for the boy. Real talk.
Yeah, for sure. He's been doing it for a while. I'm actually shocked that he's playing Kage. that's not a waifu. That's like that's been the theme for him forever.
That is
Oh,
true.
man.
But
I've only
like
played him
it
in-
is a 50-50 character though. Like if he gets in your face, like
the mix.
you're guessing a lot. You're guessing a
Yeah.
lot for sure.
And to be honest too, you can't fault like a competitive player to pick a character that like doesn't fit the theme of the game when it's available. Like especially if it's like pretty strong, right? It's a pretty common theme in the basically all competitive fighting games, I think, where there's at least a couple of people who pick like, oh, let's say like Street Fighter's about footsies, mid-range positioning, whatever. Let me pick a character that is bad at that or like does that in a really unconventional way and is good at this. Like there's always going to be somebody who does that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's interesting to see him play so high because now with the recent patch, it's like, although the game is still mix-up friendly, the V shift kind of slows things down a bit. So it's kind of like like SF5 is kind of like a pretty linear type of game. You know what offense is coming next, but then now you have the V shift parry. So now it makes it so like if you know that like the plus frame situation is coming, you just parry and be like stop, and return it to neutral. Right. So like that's a pretty significant change from how it was before, I guess.
No, yeah, for sure. That I think the biggest thing, because like from my limited SF5 run in season 1 and 2, I like Meaty Throw will always be like one of like the strongest options like in that game because like
Absolutely.
there's no throw invincibility that is long enough that'll stop
Yes.
you from like
Yes.
letting a jab punish the Meaty Throw.
Even if you V shift, so if you Meaty Throw and they V shift, they don't get the slowdown. So that means you can punish their backdash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
Pretty
so
strong.
like is that still a problem like that's only the problem in the corner, right? Mid screen that's
No,
like
you-
you just kind of get away.
Well, like you can do like an OS if your move reaches long enough. You can OS it. So like a character like
man.
Abigail, like like you V shift the grab and he's just still jabbing you from like or like stronging you from like however long your backdash is.
Yeah, or more so,
Yeah.
I'm saying like it beats shimmy and Meaty Throw at the same time, maybe.
Oh,
not, I
V-shift?
don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll wake up mid screen.
Oh yeah. If you do V shift to a shimmy, they're screwed because like like you just get the bad. You only get the good backdash, which gains meter if you V shift an actual move.
An attack.
Yeah, an actual attack, not a throw. So a throw doesn't count because it doesn't grab you.
Okay, so yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a nice option still. Yeah.
That is a nice option. So and anyway, like since I was just impressed with Kusanagi's overall like results in general. Staying relevant in the season 5 meta. I thought that was pretty cool, especially since the game got more neutral based. He's still proven that he can do it
Yeah,
up.
man. It's a god.
Yep, for sure. The the last thing I wanted to talk about was actually this happened today as of this recording. The Intel World Open is actually happening this summer with SF5 and Rocket League, and they're having $250,000 events tied to the Tokyo Olympics, which is kind of insane because like I know like last year like Intel World Open got announced and then it was obviously canceled due to COVID, right? And now like next year like they're having something again for 250K, and that's good for games. It's more so like what are your guys' general thoughts on it? And it's more like does it seems like Tokyo Olympics and Intel World Open kind of need esports in the end after all, huh? Since we're all stuck.
One, it's cool, of course. Any tournaments during COVID, like that can happen, and this one's online, like you said, right? So like, any one of them that can be done is like definitely cool. Street Fighter 5 also too. Like, despite what people in the general FGC might feel about the game, like I think it's been a pretty good game for fighting games in general. I think it's a really good spectator game too, which I think was their goal. So having something like this late in the game, like we're on season 5, right?
Yeah, it's been
good.
5 years. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, I definitely like seeing the support the 5th year into the game, and like they have good branding deals with lots of companies. And I've seen the watches and stuff, and now they're kind of and now like they're kind of doing this again. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Like like I mean, I feel like the other tours have kind of scaled back. Even CPT has scaled back a little bit. Like what? There's no Dragon Ball tour, right? Correct for this year?
Not that we know of.
Not
Not that we
confirmed
know.
yet. No.
Yeah, not confirmed yet. Yeah, so it's like, it seems like a lot of the companies are kind of scaling back, or if they do have tours, it's kind of like a shell of what they once were. But just basically seeing stuff like this is cool. The fact that they still have to do it. And then reading the article here, it says each finals region will have access to a total pool of $22,500 and first place of $7,500, except for Japan and South Korea, which will feature $25,000 and $8,000 prizes respectively. And the top 2 to 4 players from each open qualifier will move on to the closed qualifier round, and the top 8 will have a spot at the regional finals. And this is starting. The registration for this is starting May 15th. Closed qualifiers begin on the June 29th through July 4th, and the regional finals will take place July 16th through the 21st. And they're saying Intel's partnered with the IOC, but they're not going to be receiving Olympic medals, stuff like that. I don't know, like it's just the reason I'm talking about it. Like, definitely sounds pretty interesting with the state of the game. Like, I wonder if Intel and the Olympics were like in limbo, and they're like, we have to do something, because they didn't do anything last year. And it's interesting that ties into fighting games.
Yeah, for sure. I remember when SF5 was like announced for the Olympics, they added all those costumes, like
They had the
those,
tournament
like,
mode too.
the generic like like tracksuit costumes. And I was like, oh damn, now it's like not gonna happen because of COVID and whatnot. So it's cool that they're still like like making something happen. I think that's awesome, and this amount of money is like definitely really cool to see for it.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what it's gonna mean going forward. Like, I wonder if the other devs have like similar like ideas like this in mind. Since like we're obviously all gonna be, at least in COVID, like online for like another year. I think, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I want to say that like it's a little bit I guess it's a little bit risky to like really go all out for like your online majors, like your online world tours. So anything is nice, like what LK said. Like it's nice to like even have something that they're able to do. But I hope like next year for sure, like they hit the ground running, and like all the games get their respective tours and support that they were getting before.
Yeah, I think 2022 is gonna be really interesting for that. Like, obviously, like with Strive, basically, saying I'm here in regards to netcode.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see what a lot of the devs do.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment. Thank you to Apologyman and LK for joining me, and just talking like SF5. Like, I think it was awesome. Hope to do more of these.
It was fun.
All right, cool.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep. Anyway, this is Art. Peace out, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed it.